Ini man, what's it? Miano. Kamu hati ba? Subscribe Backbush TV. We're there with the general. He's a bit angry at the situation about this baby where we see born in Jamaica with the two head. We don't know how true it is. You know what I mean? And then this big ship where we see a dock in the Caribbean, I tell we say, right, I know them are going to give we free health care. And we don't understand this really because many people in America now at this present time don't have a proper health card. So why them not help them? Them say them want to come to Jamaica for help we don't know why. And it sounds too good to be true. Because over the years we see them sabotage you. We're not going to get in it. But we don't know what you're talking about.
It's possible.
It's possible it could have happened in Jamaica. Backbush TV, like and subscribe. Right now we're up on a phone call with one of the dopes them about this video where we see a circulate with the twins. Joint twins with two head and one body. We have a man on the phone yes and now. I'll give you a film tech. Where you have tech on it now, my dad?
Yeah man, what I say it's possible still, first of all, you know? Why? Baby, they have a feel sorry for them still. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And thing, I feel sorry for the youth, them. Not even know what to think, bro. God, no, I don't know God is real, you know what I mean? God is so real, bro. I don't know if Father God, what kind of image Father God I try to put out there. Right now, baby, I'm on the two head and three head, brethren. I mean, it's what the world have come to.
You think at the ending of time now, so we have some whole heap of signs?
Virgin, you have to see some man start ball with that 6 foot virgin. You see me?
Yeah.
Thing has changed, virgin. Just like climate change, man. Everything has changed, you know, bro.
Everything has changed.
All the human race has changed, you know, bro. So I believe before it, man, I walk up and then go there, you know, bro. Everything has changed, man.
Some alien looking thing?
Yeah, me, I like it, because scientists have fucked up the world, bro. Get me?
So you think that them just not farm properly in the mother belly?
I'm probably not farm properly at the same. I feel it for the youth, them, bro. Right now. I'm going to know how long them can live for. Regardless of which part of the baby born, I don't know if it come from Jamaica, the baby them come from Jamaica or not.
Yeah, we don't know how true it is.
We don't know.
The mom was going to hospital, they would have sorted it out. Nobody now bring that down there.
I don't know if mother now hospital.
Yeah.
I don't know if mother now hospital.
Yeah, like you should not go to check up, you understand? If you understand what I'm saying.
Supposed to go check up and see that baby there. What she
The doctor can't correct it either, them get rid of it, because that's normal. You put your walk out the road and see two eggs there. I open up it. You know.
That's video, Where you take on it, Popsy? Where you have to take on it?
I won't want you to take on still.
So you think that them just not farm properly in the mother belly?
I'm probably not farm properly at the same. I feel it for the youth, them, bro. Right now. I'm going to know how long them can live for. Regardless of which part of the baby born, I don't know if it come from Jamaica, the baby them come from Jamaica or not.
Yeah, we don't know how true it is.
We don't know how true it is, but I feel it for them. You understand? Yeah, man, I really feel it for the baby them still. God no. If a Jamaica, it's the first in the history, brother. It's never happened in our country yet. You understand?
Yeah.
If it happens in Pakistan, can't anywhere in the world still. Anywhere in the world, but if them are going to say at Jamaica this thing happening, they better come correct in everything. And about that bring them things in our country in everything.
Yeah.
You understand where I come from? I know say it can't happen anywhere still, but if them are going to say at Jamaica it happen, right? Them have to have them facts, Bridget. I forget them facts, right?
I know say it up full.
Yeah. So I really think nobody call on certain things for our country. Although it's a blessing still, and life is a blessing. But, you know?
Yeah.
I want to certain place in the world, them things, I see them things that happen like Pakistan, India, all them little places, I normally see them little things there. You see my man was born with that 3 foot and 2 head and you know where I come from, boss?
Yeah, yeah.
The last time I saw one I mean a Syria. So it is possible it can't be in Jamaica. But as long as I get them facts right and nobody make it sound like that Jamaica it happened and way. So the local clippings I see I've come with more proof than that. You know? Because if that did happen in Jamaica, me don't know about it already because, you know, we go on the thing.
Okay.
Prime Minister done come a long time and thing and let me know say this is going in our country.
And
you understand where I come from?
And this just happening in our country.
Yeah, Prime Minister done let me know what I'm going, bro. You get me? Just that local video I circulate.
Yeah.
Some man about some whole heap of shot. I don't know if you see the video.
No.
And any little thing bridge in the real love side Jamaica. If a man fire a gunshot right now a Brixton, bro, them says a Jamaican breed.
Yeah.
Look at Island Bridging, them just actually curse for Island Bridging.
Them try bantan it in everywhere where them can.
In every single way bridging. Now right now them come with this 2-head thing a bridging I try. You see me, although I'm not banter the baby them still, because that's what I say. I feel sorry for the youth them. I just one of them one day. You just have a glad say you born alright. You understand where I come from, boss?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the baby them still. You know the pain with them I go through or you know how long them I go be able to
But come like them feel the two of them sense the same thing cause if one start ball, the two of them a ball and them a ball rapid. When you open, when you look on it, the video you can see them a ball in a sequence.
Yeah, my boss, cause I one body and 2 brain, my boss. So if you pinch one, you know, next one I go feel it, you know, brother. 2 of them I go feel it. I just one body and 2 brain. You understand? The 2 and them have just like me and you. It's just that them have 2 brain. So, well, I was probably thinking if the youth that grow up like adult now, they're probably more brainy than the normal man. You understand me? I come from cause a two brain man I got, bro.
A 2 brain in a one body.
One body.
So them man like a fully bright.
Yeah, I don't know if a 2 heart them have. Cause normally I watch a documentary with that and I be able to that them that have 2 heart. And the man them I think them just them to separate them. Them to separate it. I just them head the joint together, my boss.
Okay.
I just them head the joint together and them separate. That but I never see a one year before where you can see the body is a full body the one they do.
Yeah,
and a
2
2
foot
and one body. You
and
understand?
it's a boy baby as well.
And it's a boy, so you know say and I 2 foot them up, my boss. I just 2 head.
2 head, I just 2 head, yeah.
I just 2 head, so it kinda difficult, bro. It's kinda difficult. Don't forget just make it grow as natural. Make the baby them go and grow as natural as possible because you know them can't really, I think them can't really do no surgery for separating them because if you
one body in it.
One body, yeah, just 1 body and 2 head. So them can't really do nothing. So I would love to see the outcome of this still and see like well I will keep him eye very close on this story. You know? Yeah. But I feel sorry for them still, you see. But you know, them look kinda healthy still at the same time.
Yeah.
No, you see them don't look like them in a pain. Come like them just a cry, Jew, them just coming out
them just born in it, them just coming out
yeah. And just coming out real shooter. So, you know? Sometimes God can out him thing in a different ways, brethren. So people know say there's a God. You understand me I come from a boss? Yeah, remember we see some Asian giant back in the days, you know, with man with 2 head and them thing there. So it sound like I just know them thing are going. You understand my boss?
Yeah, it's going for a long time.
A long time them thing are going, brother. A long time. And then baby there is very special. You understand me I come from?
Yeah.
Some special baby them the virgin. Different from the whole of it, so a baby that's special. You see it? So I don't know if them need any donation towards the thing them for just make we know. So you know, we can help them, virgin. You understand where I come from?
So bottom line, where you got judge it upon now? Because we need to have a last judgment or what you think.
But judgment of the clippings, I'm say?
Yeah, judgment of the clippings, what you say.
Basically, I'm not sure for Jamaica that They have to come with more proof.
Yeah.
See? And I'm sorry for them.
Yeah.
You understand? I just hope them live a long life. Yeah, and we can learn something from them. You understand where I come from?
Alright, shooter.
Yeah, I want to know if a man can survive with two heads, with one body. I want to see if that can happen, bro.
Yeah, you think the scientists them have nothing to do with this?
I'm not really sure now,
because
our Father God works,
food.
you know, my boss. Unless somebody go do you know, them freeze up the egg them and them things. I don't know if it depends.
If I want to them freeze up egg, they go answer.
Yeah, when the scientists them put the thing them in a woman we can't have baby. Me don't know, so I will have to read more about the story and kind of get a better understanding of it. So if a scientist mess up the thing, then need to stop. You understand where I come from?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I really feel like a scientist because it's happening in the world, poorest country, like some of the poorest part in the world, that we can't even afford certain things. And people have them things there, you understand? So I don't even think a scientist.
Okay.
You see it?
Thanks. There was an extraordinary apology today from President Obama for something that happened more than 60 years ago. The U.S. conducted secret medical experiments that involved intentionally infecting Guatemalan mental patients with sexually transmitted diseases. Tonight, Guatemala is calling it a crime against humanity and says it may take the case to an international court. NBC's chief science correspondent Robert Bizzell broke the story this morning. He has this late update tonight.
The secret experiments took place in Guatemala between 1946 and 1948, financed by the U.S. government and supervised by U.S. government doctors. Susan Reverby, a professor at Wellesley College, who has studied medical malfeasance extensively, found the evidence in U.S. government records.
I thought that, frankly, that I wouldn't get shocked, but I thought this one was pretty horrific. The details of how they did it were pretty graphic, and I was actually quite surprised.
The doctors inoculated almost 700 prostitutes, institutionalized mental patients, and prisoners with the germs that cause either syphilis or gonorrhea. The subjects did not give their permission and were not told what was happening. They were injected in the skin, the genitals, even the spine. Infected female prostitutes were also sent into the prison and mental hospital to infect men.
They knew that this wasn't appropriate. The Surgeon General even said we couldn't do this in the United States.
The miracle of penicillin.
The experiments were designed to study the effects of penicillin on sexually transmitted disease. Still, as many as a third of the patients were not properly treated. Today, outrage on the streets of Guatemala's capital and in newspapers online, and from Guatemalan Americans in Los Angeles.
Actually, I'm very surprised and upset. It's like a combination of feelings because it's been a long time already, but it's something outrageous, I will call it.
The incident recalls the infamous Tuskegee, Alabama syphilis experiment.
What is now called the Tuskegee experiment began here in 1932.
From 1932 until the research was revealed in the press in 1972, government doctors lied to hundreds of African-American men who were infected naturally. The doctors, some also involved in the Guatemala experiment, told the men they were getting treatment, but in fact they were not. Despite numerous apologies, that incident has left many black Americans wary of the medical establishment.
It still resonates after generations to generations, and people still talk about it. So this legacy of mistrust in the African American community still exists.
Even though the Guatemala experiment took place more than 60 years ago, officials today call on the prestigious Institute of Medicine to launch a full investigation and identify steps to prevent further abuses. Another example of the most vulnerable being victimized, and of doctors who ignore their pledge to first do no harm. Robert Bizzell, NBC News, New York.
Turn out.
Backbush TV, we there chat to the general about this baby we see with the two head. You know what I mean? Them say at Jamaica, but we don't know how true it is. And we're just there. I go and talk to some more people and ask them what them think about this. See it, Backbush TV, like and subscribe. Any final words, my Jenna?
Yeah, man, bless up them baby, them, man. I'm a blessing, man. They know where them born in the world. If them born in Jamaica, I first time we see this in our history. I never know so this could happen in my country. You know, we have a blessed island and everything. So, and the people them just need to be careful when they eat down their brethren. You understand me? I come from a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this import thing in our country and all them thing there. You see where me I come from? Just careful on how you eat, because right now all the big cruise ship are going along in the Caribbean now. Talk about free healthcare. So, man, them just need to be careful here, man, and open them eyes, you see it?
Yeah, the big shit there where they must say free healthcare, yeah?
Yeah, the free healthcare, the brethren. Look how much people in America, brethren, have healthcare insurance. All them so good, Kunta. Why them not build a big hospital in the Caribbean then, yeah? I lead the ship there for the Caribbean. So if a man want a heart surgery shooter, Jamaica can fly out to this part of the ship there. Because them not have the equipment them to deal with certain things. And you understand? Lead the ship in the Caribbean, brethren. Make we control it. Change the people them. You understand? If you really want to help people.
Yeah, train the doctor them where we have.
Yes, my boss, donate some things, yeah, to the Caribbean country, them or whatever, Africa, wherever them want. Donate the thing them that we can learn, our people can learn how to look after ourselves. We don't want only to look after we, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? First, them want to educate we.
Whilst the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of External Affairs have been on a mission to urge locals to snap up the opportunity to receive free medical services, one group is doing the complete opposite and urging locals to stay away from the initiative. On August 21st, the Ministry of Health issued a statement informing the nation of the imminent arrival of the United States Naval Ship Comfort Humanitarian Mission, USNS. According to the statement, the ship will be providing general services including basic medical evaluation and treatment, preventative medicine, dental screenings and treatments, optometry screenings and eyewear distribution, internal medicine, pediatrics, dermatology, women's health, physical therapy, and provision of medication as needed. But is it all too good to be true? Well, the president of the Ayanola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, Aaron Alexander, seems to think so.
We should not trust these things. When have America ever wanted anything good for us? After all, remember we were listed as the shithole countries along with the African countries by the president. So I think even in America, they need healthcare themselves. There are over millions of people, they tell you, that have no health insurance, no proper healthcare, etc., etc. So there's nothing as a free lunch. And when I heard about that announcement, I want to tell my people in St. Lucia, be careful. St. Lucians, be very careful with that kind of thing, because America never went and fight and help Mandela to get out of prison and to fight against apartheid in South Africa. And there's a campaign going on right now to control the population of black people, sterilizing black people, both men and women. So as much as St. Lucians might be tempted, considering the state of healthcare in this country, St. Lucians might be very tempted to go and take advantage of this opportunity. But I'm telling my people to be very careful and be very wary of this kind of thing.
The ICAR president said the U.S. has a dark history of using black people as guinea pigs under the guise of medical services. He said those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it.
I remember the history as far as the Tuskegee experience is concerned, where many of the black men, only black men might I add, were given or injected with syphilis and right to the grave to see how detrimental that disease would have on the black body. And some of them were promised, at some stage along at some stage within the sickness, they would actually give them some kind of vaccination to stop it, etc. And they never did. So we've been fooled, we've been deceived many times by this kind of disguise of coming under the guise of healthcare and all these kind of things. I remember in South Africa, during the 1980s, under President Botha, there was this nationwide campaign to actually infect pregnant women with HIV/AIDS in sub-Saharan Africa. That is why they tell you that the highest incidences of AIDS and the highest population of AIDS is in sub-Saharan Africa. That is a direct result of the program that was carried out by President Botha through the healthcare system in South Africa, where pregnant women come into clinics were injected directly with HIV, and they now going home and have sex with their partner, and sometimes their partner have more than one partner, and that's how it's spreading in whole of South in the whole of the African continent.
Alexander said if the U.S. genuinely wants to help, there are other ways to do so.
Why can't America then furnish our OKEU hospital for us then? If they have all this latest technology, all this latest equipment, etc., etc., make a donation to OKEU hospital and donate some of this high-tech equipment to us. And at least that would last us longer than the one-time visit. You know, there's the old saying that instead of giving a man a fish every day, teach him how to fish. So bring this equipment to us, make a donation of some of those sophisticated equipment to help our people if you're really genuine about our health concerns in St. Lucia. So my people must be very careful and very wary of this thing, you know, and I definitely will tell you I will not take advantage of this opportunity because I don't trust this thing at all.
All of the ship's services are provided free of charge with no pre-registration necessary for the clinics and are available for all who need care. During its deployment, the USNS will also be visiting other Caribbean territories including Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Kitts, Jamaica, Dominican Republic and Haiti. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Yeah? Then them blow come look after our health, brethren. Everything white people are trying to take over, man. Man, you think that's wrong, bro. God, no.
And you have a serious point as well, my boy.
Serious point, brethren. There's more black people on the earth than white people in the brethren. Who make white people control with so much, brethren? Who for tell them I come with ship and I say, yo, free health care. Hey, brethren, come on, man. Teach you how to do the thing, man. Because they limit over thing in the brethren. White people limit with thing, you know. They don't want to learn too much, you know, my boss.
Yeah.
You learn a little and you don't know the rest in the brethren. Half of your black people go in the brethren. They not learn the full thing. Remember, I'm tell you that. Then, when a black man knows something, my boss, more than a white people, more than a white man right now. Yeah? Then take your idea from you, brethren, and kill you. Fuck you white people, brethren. Them will kill your brethren, take your idea and kill your brethren and start feed them thing, brethren. Them not next black, because guess what, shooter? If you start pass it down now, say, yo, I know for cure cancer, you know. Yeah? Shooter, you start pass it down now and I tell you black people. Them, you master the thing. You think them will make you come out to that? Them will kill your pussy clap, brethren, and take that for themselves.
And them not really want that. Them not really want you have the cure for cancer because all of them health places are going to stop sell the pills and the...
them invest too much money. It's a money-making thing, you know, bro.
Yeah, them not going to make the money, so them not going to want the cure for that, bro.
It's a money-making thing, you know, bro. Just like that. It's just like the criminal game, you know. It's F crime stop shooter. Don't worry for chop gun, don't.
Yeah.
If cancer stop, AIDS stop. No money now gonna make brethren. Some big surgeon are gonna lose them thing, brethren, and all them thing there. And them got university for much years. You understand me I come from, boss? Nah, man. So, I just want the man, them black people start opening them eye more in the world. Unite, brethren. You get me? I be a gun, them left with brethren and fight against each other and lock in and look up barrel. You understand me I come from?
Real talk,
White man and a God, brethren, you come with big ship, brethren, about free health care. I know some people can't afford health care still, man. I know them are going to help out a lot of people, but also don't trust them. You understand me I come from, about?
Yeah, them we infect them, innit?
What if it's a new disease, them are trying to with shooter? When you go on the ship, they get a little touch with something and test out a little thing. Because more than them in the country right now, me alone have 15 youth. Black people too much on the earth, brethren. Them have to try to control it. That's why them leave Africa. Make them a battle with AIDS and all kind of stuff. Why them not help Africa, brethren? Them not want to reach our culture. Teach you how to catch a fish, brethren. We catch a fish ourselves, brethren. We don't want to catch two and come give it. Teach you how to catch a fish, brethren, so we can pass it down to you, them. You understand?
Alright, my general.
Angry, brethren.
Angry. You see, say you join out to anger.
Brethren, man, sometimes wonder if there's a God, brethren. So I want to vex up myself in the brethren, but sometimes wonder if there's a God, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro.
Man, like and subscribe. Backbush TV, we're there with the general. He's a bit angry at the situation about this baby where we see born in Jamaica with the two head. We don't know how true it is. You know what I mean? And this big ship where we see a docking at the Caribbean, I tell we say, right, I know them are going to give we free health care. And we don't understand this really because many people in America now at this present time don't have a proper health card. So why them not help them? them say them want to come to Jamaica for help. We don't know why. And it sounds too good to be true. Cause over the years we see them sabotage you. We're not going to get in it, but we don't know what you're talking about. So any final words, my G? Cause
that people just get to themselves here, man. That's all I have to say. Open up your eyes, put down the violence, unite.
Unite.
Bring strength, and strength bring power. Alright.
Up
That's all I
top.
have to say. Alright.
Up top, my Jenna.
Cool.
Mad. What that baby there now?
This is mysterious. I don't know what the parents is going to do. So only God can intervene for this one.
So you think a sin at the coming of time?
Really, you can't say a sin per se. Sometimes the body, if you want to form and then it doesn't form properly, this thing can cause it. So not everything is sin.
Say anything at the ending of time why we see them signs there?
Yeah, we can see the signs, but those that they will tell you it's a sin or curse. But to understanding with the scientists, they will tell you it's the form. Sometimes it doesn't form properly.
Okay.
Yeah, medical conditions, some of them health doesn't form properly.
Okay. Backbush TV, like and subscribe. We there talk to some people about this baby where we see born in Jubilee Hospital, where the baby born one body. I think it's a boy with 2 heads. So we're not gonna see this. Alright, like and subscribe up top. Nice talking to you, my boy.
Thank you, DJ.
Come on,